Alright, welcome to a Napoleon Total War. And we're not playing just any Napoleon Total War, we're playing Napoleon Total War 3. This is a mod for the game, and it really does a lot. It adds a lot more factions, puts some cores into the game, and as you'll see, it does a lot to the game that just makes it really cool. It's already an awesome vanilla game, but what it does is make it just that more interesting. And starting off with kind of like the new thing is I'm actually playing with Poland as a faction all its own. And I have two French players with me. I think Kronk de Bonk and I can't remember the other guy's name. But in this game, we're actually playing with cores. So we're actually playing from the 1812 campaign. I'm going to slow this down. Is these three armies were cores during the Napoleon's invasion of Russia. And the three Russian players, which you can see, one's going to start here, one's going to start here, and one's going to start here, they were all cores of the Russians. So one's like Bagration's core, Kutuzov's core, and another core. So actually, right here we have this is the third core. So this is Boharnius's core, and it actually is made up of troops from, I believe, Italy. These are Italian troops. Look at how good their uniforms look in this game. Look at that. But see, you have Italian, you have some sapeurs, Italian, with, not those guys. Where were they? These guys. So these are actually Italian troops. Guard Reale, Italy. So this is an Italian corps that actually served with Napoleon in Russia. And that's pretty awesome. So I'm not really going to go through because they have tons of names. I'll scroll over some of them, let you kind of see, but they're more of like a regimental style. It's not just Fusiliers of the Line or Infantry of the Line. And then over here we have Victor, who commanded the Ninth Corps. Victor actually had a hodgepodge of nations in his, from normal French. So he's got French here. Look at those guys. They look dope. And I believe, yep, these are Polish. These are actually Polish grenadiers. So he actually had a cadre of Polish and French soldiers in his corps. These are Berg. I believe that's Bern. That's in Germany. We got some guys here. It looks like Hessians. Some Hessians. Some more Berg. And then you got some more Polish standing here. And more Poles. He's got some more Hessians. And then some more, looks like French. More Poles. And some French. No, those are actually going to be Bavarian or German because I can tell by their helmets. How cool is that? That's legit. Excuse me. But starting out, looking at mine, Poland is its own faction in this game, as well as I am playing with Poniatowski's corps. So Poniatowski was the marshal, or one of the only foreign marshals the only foreign marshal that Napoleon ever gave the title to. But I'm playing with his corps, which is pretty much all the Poles. So look out, just awesome. Got some Strelci, which is basically just the Hussars. But I love the Poles. The Poles during this time period are really awesome. They gave a lot to Napoleon, up until the point that they kind of figured out that he was going to sell their, I guess, nation back just to gain peace. But these guys and their lances are awesome. I think the Polish troops in Poland during this time is so awesome. Like, look at these guys. And their Zapkas, Zarkas, and everything. The Polish infantry is pretty bland, but their cavalry is really, really awesome. It's awesome. And even they carry the standard of Poland. Alright, let's see. Yeah, we got some grenadiers. Look how awesome those guys are. Look at that. Their yellow coats. Just an awesome mod. As you can see here, we're playing actually on Borodino, which is actually a really neat map. And we're going to go fast forward it some. But it's a huge map. I mean, maps in Total War Napoleon are already very big, but this is a huge map still nonetheless. You actually have to move your units to get them into the fight. You have to actually go a long way. So let's see, fast forward some more here. But this is just more of a video or a replay just to kind of show how awesome this mod is. So I really necessarily don't do a lot in this mod. I'm kind of more of a support role. But the game has started. Victor's core is going to move up over here. Got him some 6-pounders. Look at this. They're just moving in. So, alright. First thing up is obviously you'll see we don't see the enemy army. Normal Napoleon, you see the enemy army, you see whatever is happening. This game actually has line of sight. So the only thing that's really visible are the generals at the very beginning of the game. So we kind of know, obviously it says Patriotic War, Nikolai Tuchkov, so that's his corps. And this corps back here is Romanov's corps, Konstantin Pavlovich Romanov. So that's that corps. And then over here we have Alexander Tormasov. So those are the 2 corps or 3 corps for the Russians. And so we're moving up. See, like it's a big deal to move cavalry up into position to try and find and scope out where the enemy is. France is coming in here, and I mean this is Beharnius. He's moving his troops into here, and Victor is rolling up his guys here. See, his cavalry is moving up, and so we can start to see what the enemy has. They've got some artillery over here. And looks like some grenadiers. Look how awesome these guys look. And then we've got some dragoons over here. And then see, as the cavalry gets closer, boom, boom, boom. We can start seeing all their units. Let's go check some of these Russians out still. Look at that, all. Look at these guys. The grenadiers. Oh, look at their hats. I don't even know what those are. Those look dope. They got the flags for each little regiment, kind of. I think with this mod they tried to do it with a regimental in mind, so each of these is kind of a regiment in a way. And so he's moving up some artillery, and the French player is moving into the town. Now he did move some cavalry over here, and I moved some cavalry across too. In this mod as well, if you run your units, they instantly become spotted. But if you don't, then they're actually pretty much hidden. And if you take roads, they're supposed to be faster. So these guys are all supposed to take this road to get to the front. So it's not really happening. But as you can see, like, we're taking our time to get our units into position. My cavalry is going to come up, kind of get behind here, and Victor's going to bring his cavalry back over. But I've got some Kirkuzi, which are actually really cool. They're kind of like, as you could say, Polish Cossacks in a way. They're pretty neat. I don't really know a whole lot on them. But I'm moving up the 6 Ulan up into these trees to kind of thwart anything. Because you see the Russians got some Kazaki here. Let's go check out these guys. Yeah, got some Cossacks. So, some artillery fires opening up. I accidentally ran up my little horse pounder 6 artillery, which is really dumb because you can sneak it in and they won't be able to see it. But since I ran it in, they were able to shoot at where I wanted, stop. So that was kind of a huge mistake on my part. The 2 French players actually have quite a large infantry regiment or army right now at the moment. So at this point, Beharnis is moving his units into the center, and Victor is moving up his units into the center. We're going to speed it up some because we're still just going to move up a lot. Artillery is going to take some pot shots. Beharnius is going to move up some of his cav. This game was just a pretty good even match game. I really kind of played the support role with the Poles. A cavalry stayed lurking on the flank, and my infantry kind of was able to finally make a good swing during the fight. But Beharnius is moving up his cav through here. I'm just going to discuss the 2 in the light of their core, since I don't remember which one was which. Look over here. We got some calves scooting across, and the Cossacks are kind of scooting across. And with this game, trees really do slow you down, especially calves. So if you're moving that calf through trees, it really slows you down. But right here, Victor's artillery is starting to open up on some units in the middle. Kazak's try to come across. I was going to try and lure them in to these poles here. I didn't know if they knew they were there or not, but he probably was going to try to get me, but I moved them back just in time. But the artillery is opening up. See if we, yeah, let's get some shots in. The shots from the artillery just look great in this game. But we're slowly moving up. Some Russian cav has been seen on this side. These are some Tartars, Tartars. Some Ulans. They even have the Zarka hat that the Poles do. So at this point, I kind of see that, hey, look, Baharnius has really got a good hold in the middle. So I'm actually going to move my Poles to the right and kind of push on the right here and keep most of my cav on the left because in these trees, they're not really going to do that great. So I do have, I think, a couple Polish Ulans go through there, but not a whole lot. So he's moving up some guys. We see them all back here. Oh, look at this. Artillery just boom. Look at the scrape marks in. Like turd stains. And see, they're kind of coming out of range, and we lose sight of them. Boom. The guy may have died. But you don't get back up? No. Gosh, it just... A lot of the stuff in this game, they make it really awesome. That guy went out and see, we've lost sight. Which, some of this, spying is kind of... Or I guess the line of sight is kind of odd, but it's okay. So we got some Cuirassiers coming through here. Look at these guys. This is a 112-man unit. Huge unit. Huge. Some elite cav. Some Cuirassiers. Look at them with their black breastplates. How awesome is that? We got a charge going on here. The Russians, to see. Here they come. Well, they're taking some pot shots. Lost 3 guys. Uh-oh. Look at look how the shots go off in this game. Sounds so good. This game also, not every unit can form a square. So actually, all 4 of these units cannot form a square. All right, so we got the Victor's got some cav rolling in, doing some scouting. The Russians got them a good line. This unit, man, is already been hit pretty hard by the artillery. The 6-pounder in those trees are really giving it to them. Already routed that 6-pounder. That's good. And then the Baharnius, he actually has a 6-pounder and a 12-pounder up here. Let's see what they got. Loading them up. Oops. See, this is a good field of light. And I do actually have my poles. Nope. Coming through. Oof! I didn't even know that happened in the game. Oof! He just got knocked off his horse. I think I realized these guys were marching in front of the artillery. They got on the rush around, but these guys did not get so lucky. Dang. That guy. Is there, right there. Oh my gosh. He shouldn't even have a body anymore. Oof. So the game's still moving in. We're kind of moving in a little bit. I am slowly pushing up my cab. We're going to speed it up just a little bit. Artillery is opening up. All right, see, we got some more guys popping up in the middle. So at first, we didn't know anything was here. But then kind of pushing up some infantry, we've started seeing more infantry from them. We got it rolling up. Victor's Corps is coming out. Since he's coming out, we don't really see anything on here on this side with his cav. So I'm actually going to throw in my Kirkuzi and kind of flank around here. I'm going to push up my own cav through here. I still have these guys in the back. Kind of forgot about him. These guys right here, I got messed up with them, bigger than squad. They're taking really good shots. I should have left them alone. But see, we've seen their army now. We've got it going. We got some shots here. This cav is kind of trying to do some stuff. Got to get in there a little bit. Again, let's see. Nope, none of those units can still use square. Most of those units can. And if you're wondering if you could look, let's see. All right, see the trailers? Trailers, I don't know how to say their name. But you see next to their name that has a little square. These guys can form a square. No square, square. No square, square. And so that's, yep, those are there. And then those grenadiers can form a square. Oh, look, we got a line battle going in over here. The Ruskies fighting at Borodino, famous historically. Artillery's taken out. So the Poles, yep, these are all Polish infantry right here moving up to face the Russians. But man, look at this. Look at that. Ooh, that sounds so good. And accuracy in this game is really well down. I think like in vanilla, you got like 55 is the accuracy for some of the units, but this is like 20, 26 is like highest really for a line infantry unit. But we're moving up some units here. We're kind of spotting it out, trying to kind of feeling for them. Allies are. I'm still pretty much just moving up my infantry here. Really don't have a whole lot. I do have these Ulans. I'm gonna pull them back because he's got a huge unit back here. Seeing this though, I do have my infantry pulling up. I'm trying to stay away. I don't want to really fight this because it's in the trees. I don't have a good charge, and the trees are going to slow him down. And he's going to fall back. He pulls back. And he starts going, but I feel like I can get a pretty decent charge on these guys here. And I charge them in. It's not the greatest charge. Get a few on the charge, but in you know. In the melee scrap, this is not going to see. It's already, my guys are already down pretty good. But I decided to rush up all my infantry, run them up, try to get these Streltsy back, because they're not going to win that fight against those guys. Well, see, now the battle is in full swing pretty much. We're pretty much moving up on all sides. Obviously, they got the Russian player that moved up units here. So these are the 3 Russian players, and these are ours. So I'm pretty glad that I actually moved up these poles up through here. And see, they're starting to shoot. I think I got some. Yeah, most of these units can form square. But these guys are getting blasted. Point blank range. You know, the accuracy in this game is not the greatest, but that's all they need to have done is just shot up a little bit. I did lose that Elan unit, which is that's not very good at all. But these guys got forced back. I'm going to move up these guys, walk them up, start trying to flank some more. Beharness, it still has some Lancer cav over here, the Chevaliers Barrios. I'm over here. We still got the Russian player backed off, actually. Let's see. I don't really know who kind of won that fight. It was like some equal amount of death on both sides. But artillery's still popping. And see, this is where I messed up. I moved my 6-pounder within point blank range, and I'm pretty sure it got pounded out by these artillery. And my general's taking shots, and he's like way over here. So I don't know if they actually tried to purposely do that or some lingering shots just kind of went out. Still got my poles over here. Got my 2 units of cav. Bringing this cav unit around. They do have this lone infantry regiment, or regiment block here. Karl Bistron. So he's actually I think a leader or a general. Oh, they have a really nice artillery. 12-pounders. Man alive, that's 4 12-pounders. Yeah, it's already telling we're losing this battle, which I don't really believe. So that unit is what was really decking my halls. Was that 12-pounder that's right here. It decked my dude's halls in a heartbeat. They got beat to death. So the Poles are moving up with the French here. Going to kind of swing around some more. Let's get some action in. The standard of Poland flying high. And when the Poles get here, the Russians are actually begin retreating. But look at that! Ah, yes. It's such a good feeling. And I don't know, in this game, I'm kind of confused because I've kind of seen... Where are those guys running at? Oh, that's my artillery. They got decimated by those 12-pounders. Whew! Destroyed. So I got my 3 cav on this side, and I still have 1 cav. So with the cav with Poland, I should have brought a lot more cav than I did, but I did not. It's my mistake. But I also should not. I actually have two calves still. I got the Streltsy, and then I have one in unit of Uhlans or Lancers. French make a daring assault here. Most likely going for the artillery, but they do some Cossacks. Oof. Oh, man. We messed up. We shouldn't have done that. Oof. Just nailed. But the fight seems going pretty well over here. The enemy's kind of moving in some units. So we kind of know where the enemy is. They do have these lines, but I think they've pulled back. So this unit is actually pretty fairly, has no resistance. Look at the line fight there. That's nice. That's really nice. See, these guys marched up. They're actually taking pot shots. Now these guys can form square. And they're actually a pretty elite unit, I think. But I don't know if this guy saw this. I didn't really notice it either. Hey, we got a general. No idea where that came from, but we got one apparently. So these Streltsy are actually taking a beating there. So he finally realized that. This guy's actually got some units coming in. Squares being formed. He'll take some shots. These guys are overstaying their welcome. I don't know what they're doing, but Square gets them. I think that guy just, whoo, his horse said no, and he got thrown off. Probably broke his neck on that one. Damn. So the fight up here is going in. Looks like some cav char by some Cuirassiers. Trying to take advantage of this unit not being able to form square. I've got him covered though. I got some 2 squares in my poles. And then I've got these units shooting to these guys right here. So these are actually some really good units. These are some more Cuirassiers for the... Oof, there he goes down. Short horse got shot out from under him. The fighting is going on here. So this one lone unit was actually moving up and had no support. Should have jumped on it a little earlier. But I think these 3 units, they still didn't know where these guys were at all in the fight. But he does have a lot of cav sitting in the back. So cav, what wins battles is infantry, but the cav just makes it look prettier. So I'm moving my lines up through here, and these guys, Josef Pontianowski still. Oh, there's my other guys. So I kind of see advantage here. I'm going to try and take it. They don't have any, but they do have some cav coming in, so I'm like, I'm not going to do that. Oh, we missed the charge. No. So this unit was alone, so I was like, I'm going to take advantage of this, and I get a full charge into them, instantly just knocking them down. This unit gets pretty much obliterated. It's out of the fight. Really good effort there. That was a really good little charge, taking out that left flank there. Let's get a good aerial. So I kind of pulled back, didn't rush those guys, but I'm just going to continue to pull up my units over here. This unit is routed. They're not coming back into the fight. They did really well. Only lost 4 guys in that charge. Luckily he didn't notice it. They could have formed square, and that could have been pretty bad, but he did not. So that's a really good unit gone. So he does still have some dragoons. This player over here has some dragoons on the side, but right now it's looking really good for us. We have a pretty good sweep up here. We have a good hold on them. I have cav on their flank. We still have a good number of cav. Victor's still got some lancers here. He's got some Chevaux Légers. So those are some Saxon, actually. Saxon lancers. That's pretty dope. Some more dragoons. So now what unit did he have run off? Oh man. Oh, they probably got beat back by the cav. So the Poles are still moving up. Russian cav is coming in for the artillery here. I don't know if they'll make it. Oh, look at the fire. Oh, look at them all just coming down. Come on, shoot, 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 shoot. They're going to get the artillery. Dang, they got through. Cossacks are brave. So that's actually 2 artillery. So he was actually moving up his artillery. Oh, I do a cavalry charge over here. Russian player was trying to move in. So I actually do a cavalry charge, take out those dragoons. And this French player kind of loses his guys. These guys get routed off by this charge from these Uhlans. At this point, they're moving in. I fall back with my guys. I don't want to get too much in the fight. I charge these guys. They can't form square either. So this flank right here is pretty much just busted up by this cavalry charge. That's another. So these 2 units can't even form square. So they're kind of beating back, trying to charge in my own cav. And let's go at it. They outnumber us though, but I'm got my cav going in. We're gonna duke it out. Broke that cav. Um, should have charged these guys in, but I did not. But what's good is the French player saw this and started moving his guys up. So in the end, my cav gets routed over here. I think it was like a 5-3 over here without the French player. But he's got his cav moving in. So this cav fight has turned around pretty well, and this fight over here has turned into a really good win for us. Routed off one infantry unit, and the other ones were pretty well wounded in the fight, and now his men are in point-blank range of a lot of these Russian units, and he has his own cav moving up. Should have played a little smarter with my cav there, but I do have the Kirkuzi actually come back. No, they were like, nah, forget, we're still not coming back. Fight over here is still going really, really well. Poles are moving up more. Poniatowski is moving up. Got my cav swinging around. Boharnius has his cav swinging around. So I don't think, yeah, one unit in this line has ability to square, and these two units don't have the ability to square. So these guys are actually on the ropes right now. We kind of come straight at them, and we're kind of taking them out. A cav charge here really, I thought it was a pretty cool moment when I broke that unit, and then these guys actually can't. Well, that's another unit. And then I broke this unit and allowed this guy to push up his troops. So Baharnius, he's got his guys coming in. These Streltsy, man, they should have been in the back. Oh, there was that guy. He's got his pistol out. He had his pistol out. See, they're gone. Square was formed. But right now, look at the line. I think that getting that general really helped in the end. It kind of broke a lot of units. But see, these Ruskies here, they don't have the ability for a square, so they're kind of getting broke down. Look at the standard flying. I mean, these French cav are still in it. Look at these. These are almost routing. Poles are coming out. We're beginning to rout the Russian forces right now. Just look at the fight. Look at the Poles in the center. We got Poles on the left, and we got Poles on the right. It looks like they're doing an all-out, just bayonet charge. Holy crap! Yeah, the Russians are apparently really good at bayonet charging, so they're gonna try it. Cavalry attack here, routes. Hit the side of these units to route them up. My infantry is pushing up. Let's see what the Grenadiers can do. But just fighting hard. Fighting hard. Keep pushing in. Fight over here is looking really good. Pretty much broke a lot of the Russian forces, but the bayonet charge is working in places. Got some infantry behind us. But I mean, most of these units can't form square except for this one and this one. But Poles are coming in for another charge on the units that can't form square. Hussars go for there. Lancers come in, boom, instantly, just like they're like, oh, done deal. Broken. So that pretty much just leaves this square formation, and it's not going to hold up against. So this is broken. Cavalry charge right there. We're going to go after these guys. Form up, just pop on this square. But this square, I mean, it's the same thing as a vanilla. If you're in square while you're going in and duking it out with line infantry, it's not going to be a good fight for your guys. This unit ends up breaking, which is kind of, I don't know, some of the morale in this game kind of is funky. But I mean, they were winning that. But it's whatever. Now they're going to get shot by their own Poles. But these guys, they're going to rout. I mean, I was pretty proud. This, I mean, started the game with like five or six cavalry units. One of them was a small Kirkuzi unit. But I was pretty happy with being able to keep one of these cavalry units alive. Saw this unit was pretty much low on morale, so I was like, yeah, let's go. Oh, they broke right before they got there, and then these guys are just going to round them up. But they're getting shot, basically, by these guys. That's why they're being routed so. But right now, it's just a rout. It's a mash rout, so we're going to fast forward it here. It's really great. It was a really, really fun game. I think this was my second game on Medieval 2. I mean, not Medieval 2. Napoleon Total War 3. So very different from Napoleon, but the regular vanilla. But very fun still. Very, very fun. Really fun game. Um, love the ability because I think you can play with like Bavaria as a faction. And the thing is though, you can't play with one side having French forces and the other side having French forces. So the teams are made into coalition and France. So if you play on one side, you literally have to be French and its allies, or on the other side, you can only be coalition. And they have all of them. Like on the French side, you can actually be America, which is pretty awesome. You can play with cores, or you can play with normal nations. I thought it. I didn't really think about it after this game was done, but I was like, wow, we actually just played the War of 1812, basically, or Napoleon's invasion, because these were all three corps from the invasion for Russians, and we were all three cores for France. So it was a pretty fun little game. But I mean, you could be the Rhineland. You can use Rhineland units, Bavaria, Netherlands, Italy, Sicily, I think, Spain. Like you could just have a bunch of factions that you don't have the ability to play with in the vanilla that you can actually play with now. And the units are all pretty neat. Like this unit, look at the blue coats. That looks so awesome. This is basically the 5th Italian Lion Infantry, and it has like their nicknames like Alto Po. This is just another line, some Grenadiers, and their bear skins. And then you have your Grenadiers here. So this is actually a pretty fun, really fun game. And then the Poles, they actually came out relatively unscathed, but in the end I was like, oh, did you drop your flag, dude? Get that flag up. I'm trying to look, they really suffer a whole lot of casualties with my guys. Spread around my cavalry because they had stakes here randomly. But I mean, this is pretty much all they've got still left. So we'll continue fast forward. This is a really fun game. I just wanted to showcase this mod. I still play vanilla, but I've kind of been on a splurge of this game lately. So it's just fun. So these guys are just going to start routing off. Like I think this unit could be able to come back, but I'm going to start routing it off with my cav. Joseph Pondiowski. Look at this. Look at this Hussar unit for the Poles. That's such a cool unit. What's on their hats? Oh. That's such a cool unit. Such a cool unit. They look really, really good. They just do a really great job with a lot of the units in this game. A lot of the units just look really good. See, this guy he got his artillery. Victor's artillery was the only artillery to have survived the match, and they probably actually stayed hidden for most time, but they probably actually did really well. But it's pretty much done. Let's notice this unit back here, charge of my general. And then over here, we've got some Ulans that are going to try and take out this Ivanov. So they're going to get routed. That's a GG. So I mean, really fun game. Just really fun. I didn't kill the most. I killed enough. Only lost like 324 guys, but it was a really fun game. We really didn't kill too many of the enemy. They killed they killed a lot less, but that's okay. I mean, it's a pretty good game, pretty fun. This was that unit that did the charge on the left. It did really good. Got that good charge there, and then they charged again. Artillery only killed 4 people, but wow. Oh, that was the unit that was left. They pretty much were just routing guys at the very end of the game. Joseph even got him some kills, but other than that, like infantry's not, unless they're like really elite or stay in the fight for a really long time and not in the woods, they're really not going to get them. It's all about routing units and getting the good charge. Like this is just a fun game. So I hope you enjoyed watching. I'm trying to get out some more videos of this mod and the vanilla mod, because I still have a bunch of videos of those that I would like to get up, but just gotta have the time. So, all right, thanks for watching. Please leave a like and comment. Thanks.